Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Dave, aka the Costume Kid, and today we're going to be tackling a Batman suit. So I thought a lot about which version of Batman we're actually going to make today, because there's a lot of them from all throughout the years. So I think what I'm going to do today is make the Tim Burton Batman suit. I like that costume because it looks the most like the comics, but has a little bit more detail than just a drawn picture on a page. So let's get started. So I went out and bought a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, I'm stuck! So first of all, I had this basic black turtleneck here. I got this at a thrift store for about, I don't know, a few bucks. So one of the first things that I actually noticed about the Batsuit itself is all the different little details on the suit. And that's actually one of the things I really like about it. But in order to get all that detail, I'm going to be cutting some different shapes of like the abs and everything out of this thin black craft foam. This stuff's actually really cheap. It's only about $1 a sheet and it's pretty thin too. You can get a whole pack of this stuff, like 10 sheets for only like $5 too. So I'm going to look at the pictures and just try to make up the different shapes and just freehand everything. I showed this to my dad and he thought I was making a Harambe costume. So now we're gonna change things up a bit and do his utility belt. Alright, I tell you what, I'm gonna start with this nice thick black belt here. I got the thickest belt I could find and I like it. Now I'm gonna do some details with some more little yellow craft foam. I'm gonna put the actual belt buckle, that's gonna be the back, so the fake belt buckle made out of foam is gonna go somewhere in the middle of the belt. And then I'll make up all these different details as I go along. Alright, so I finished my little belt buckle here. It's not perfectly accurate and, it kind of made up a lot of the shapes, but I'm happy with it. It's close enough to the shapes that it'd be kind of recognizable. And moving on, there's 4 yellow capsule shapes running down the side of this, and I think I'm gonna do that with a little bit of scrap PVC pipe. Well, pow, and there you go. Batman's awesome utility belt. I think this thing's looking pretty cool, so now I'm gonna go hit it with some yellow spray paint. And that is it for Batman's utility belt. Alright, so now we're gonna make Batman's gloves. So I'm gonna be starting with this basic pair of just black gloves. Got these at the dollar store. And then to make Batman's awesome iconic spiky gloves, I'm going to extend them a little bit with some craft foam. This is just blue, but I'm gonna spray paint it. I ran out of black. To extend them a little, make them a little bit longer than regular gloves. Alright, so these little foam accent parts are done. It's hard for me to move my arms, but I'm okay with that. And now there's 3 spikes coming off of this, and I'm just gonna make, I think, those out of cardboard and just glue them on. Alright, so now that these awesome spiky gloves are done, I'm really loving how they look, but now I'm going to spray paint these black. Alright, so now the time has come to finally work on Batman's mask and his neck piece too. So I'm going to start with the mask and then kind of make it somehow like attach the neck piece. So there is many different ways you can make a Batman mask, but the biggest factor kind of to the way I wanted to make mine is I wanted it to stand up on its own. If you don't know what I mean by that is like, you see this flash mask here? This can't stand up on its own because it's kind of like fabricy here. It needs to be on a dummy. Whereas this Iron Man mask can stand up because it's like a helmet. So yeah, I want to make more of a Batman helmet than a mask. The main reason for that is because I want to put it on my set. So I'm going to try to figure this out. I'm gonna start with first a Roman soldier helmet here. Now, I went online to see if I could find a pretty small little child helmet so that I could build everything off of it without it getting too huge. Like, if you use a bike helmet, it'd get pretty big. And I think I succeeded in finding a small helmet. I'm stuck. So, my basic plan of attack for this is I'm gonna rip off these extra pieces here so I'm left with just this nice brown base. I'm gonna build up some different panels, side panels, front panel, out of some cardboard. And then possibly paper mache the whole thing. So let's see what we can do. Alright, so I don't know how difficult this thing's gonna be to rip apart. It's pretty cheap plastics. That was easy enough. It looks like it's screwed on somehow. Alright, so now that we've got this little hat all nice and plain now, I'm just gonna look at the pictures and try to make some of these shapes up. So first I gotta figure out this back piece. Pretty good. Now that I got all these different details on here, I think I'm ready to cut some eye holes. Well, that's all for now, folks. Come back next week with an actual costume tutorial. This is all I'm making today. Bye! I'm Batman. Alright, so now that we have the helmet done, I'm moving on to the neck piece. I'm going to try to make it kind of look like it's one piece, like it will connect with the helmet. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do this. I'm basically going to take this piece of cardboard here and try to make it so I can stick my head through it and basically put a cone around my neck, like I've always wanted. And then cut it into some details. Alright, this is kind of uncomfortable, but I think the base thing here is done. Basically, I just made this whole cardboard neck piece thing, bent it around so it'll fit, cut it to the shapes, got the points here. This is where the logo is eventually going to go. But then I couldn't fit my head through this, so I had to cut a seam down the back, and then there's a little latch holding that together with some Velcro. And then, again, to connect the foam neck area to the helmet, there is a couple more pieces of Velcro attaching these together with some more foam too. So I think this is all done. Now I think we're gonna paper mache this. Whoo, baby, I'm gonna have a headache by the end of this thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna teach you how to paper mache if you don't already know. I've personally only paper mached once, and that was in an art class making this Spider-Man mask. And I haven't done it here on the show. So this is a learning experience for all of us. According to the internet, making mache is as simple as mixing together half water, half flour, until you have kind of this like pancake batter kind of paste. And then you take paper or newspaper strips and get them all soggy and then apply them to this. And then once it dries, it becomes really hard. Welcome back to Cooking with Dave. Today we're going to be making one of your favorites, paper mache. Alright, let's do this. So we have our lovely bowl of mache here. We have our newspaper that we're going to cut up into strips. Now, I'm only going to use a little bit on the armor piece here because I don't feel it needs too much. But I am going to be using a lot on this helmet to just smooth out it and make it all look like one single piece. Warning, You will get messy during this, so work on a surface that you don't really care about getting it super messy, and don't wear your nicest clothes. Just accept that you're gonna get this stuff everywhere and move on through life. So let's get started. So we are done with all the paper mache mess. My table is awful right now, and I just washed my hands, but believe me, they were disgusting. So I think this turned out pretty good. I have high hopes for the helmet now. Wasn't sure if it was gonna work out, but I'm gonna say it's like a 7 out of 10 right now. So we're gonna give this stuff a long time to dry because I don't want it to be wet. Alright everyone, good morning. It is a new day and I'm ready to finish up these helmets. So I did more little work with some gap tape, cleaning up some stuff that didn't totally stick down. I had to glue down, and then I just taped some different stuff, make it all look nice. I cut out the eye holes because I had paper mache over those, but I'm pretty happy with it now. Oh yeah, and I cleaned off my table. So without further ado, it is time to prime. We're gonna hit these with some gray primer here, and that'll help just kind of cover everything down, make it look really like one piece, and just get it ready to spray paint. Okay, this guy is all done being primed. I ran out of gray spray paint, so I did this in white, but same difference. So I actually like it a lot better now, where if you look closely, you can see all the different pieces, and they're kind of wrinkly and stuff. But one, that'll be more not visible when it's black, and two, I kind of like that because it's actually still more looking like one piece than it would have been if they're all different cardboard panels. But I like it, I'm happy with it. So now it's time to spray paint it black, along with the neck piece too. Yeah. Okay, so while that is drying, we're gonna be making one final little accessory for this thing, and that is the Batman logo. So I just printed off this template online, classic Batman logo, we all know what it looks like. I think this is about the right size, I just found this picture online. Okay everyone, this is the home stretch. We're almost done. But for the final step of this costume, his cape. So I went to my local fabric store to get a 1.5 yards, which if you watch my Superman video, 1.5 yards was for my size, which I'm a kid, so I'm probably smaller than most of you. 1.5 yards just works best for my particular cape. This time I got it in this black material that's kind of shiny-ish. It's not leather, of course. This is leather, but I mean, this is a DIY show. What can you do? But I do like this, and it came out to about 10 bucks. The only thing to do to this would be to lay it all out and then cut the bottom into that, of course, iconic Batman wingspan shape.
What are you doing?
Getting a video of my Batman cape and safety pinned on. Just that awesome.
Alright everyone, the cape is attached, the costume is complete, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to suit up. Here begins the journey of me, a 12-year-old kid, into the one, the only, the Dark Knight. Alright, I also had this pair of black pants, I think. These are left over from my Quicksilver video. Not sure, but yeah, they're probably spray painted black because they're pretty stiff, so these are just the nearest black pants. Alright, here we go. Batman, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Had to move the camera setup, but here we go. Utility belt, this thing looks so awesome. I mean, it just right out of a comic book here. I love this. This thing is so awesome. Finishing touch here is this pair of black rubber boots. I got these at a thrift store. They're actually set aside for a cosplay in a few weeks, but might as well use them now. Alright, that piece de resistance right here. I mean, this thing, it's just so amazing. It's definitely going on my set back there. You should put black makeup around your eyes to be totally official, but I'm not gonna do that now. Here we go, here we go. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed and share it with your friends. If you have any questions on this build, as well as suggestions for future costumes, make sure to leave them in the comments section down below. I'll read all the comments because I'm always looking for new ideas. The new videos come out here on this channel every other week, so make sure you're subscribed. Make sure to follow me on Instagram for more live updates of stuff I'm working on here and around the house. Alright, I think that's it. I'll catch you guys next time here on The Costume Kid.
Stop it, George! I'm a bat! I'm a bat! I'm a bat! I'm a Batman! You wanna fight? You wanna fight? I don't know who this dog is. Let's go! 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 Go!